Hello. I don't know why I've always got a slight delay when I film a vlog, but I usually do this when I have nothing else to do. So I don't have internet on my phone at the moment, and I'm in a cafe, and it's 10:30 a.m. So I didn't bring my Kindle either, unfortunately, so I've got nothing to read. So I figured I'd just do a little video on the ongoings in Nepal. Definitely one of my favourite countries so far. The visa politics are still bothering me immensely with respect to how much you have to pay and all this kind of stuff. And there are certain places, like the place I am now, it's a town near Kathmandu, which is a UNESCO heritage site, and just to enter the town, the town itself, is 15 USD supposedly, even if you're coming for a day, which I haven't paid that yet. I've managed to evade until this morning the security that check up on whether or not you've got this ticket, because I'm here for 7 days, and we managed to blag our way through that gate. And yeah, the visa, so it's obviously you get a slight discount if you pay on arrival for a longer duration. So with the 3-month visa it's 125 USD, and the 2 months is 90, and I think the 1 month is like 60. But if you want to extend when you're here, you can extend up to 150 days a year, and it's 180 for 2 months, which is just kind of scammy, because you could, in effect, if you're Indian or you have an Indian visa or you're Chinese or whatever, you could just walk across the border and then walk back in the next day and get the 2 month for 90, and it's 180 double when you're already here to apply for the extension, which is really overpriced and completely unjustified. It's just scammage. So that's the nuisance, but everything else is great. Like the food is wow, I mean amazing. Really, really good stuff. You're lodged between India and China, the two biggest cuisines in the world. So it's really a pleasure, and so cheap. Like, I don't know if I can show you the menu here. Here's an example of the menu. You take a little glance. So the rate at the moment is 180 to £1. So imagine if you're Swedish or Scandinavian, you've got the krone, it's even cheaper. So for example, a plate of spicy potatoes would be 60, that's 33p. A main, you expect to pay 60p for a good quality main. A tea is 20, which is 9 pence. And these are in good places as well. It's a nice little restaurant. So yeah, that's the gist of what's happening. I took out a climbing pass because the aim was, coming from Iraq and Kuwait, to get a fitness routine back on the go. So I booked I paid for a 3-month visa, 3-month climbing pass for 8,000, which is I think like 60 quid, 63 quid, unlimited for 3 months. And I'm obviously not going to use that because I'm not going to be just in Kathmandu for that time. But I hope to get about, 35 days of climbing from that, so it works out about £2 a session, which is pretty good. And yeah, so I did a week in Kathmandu, I'm a week in this place which is Bakapur or something like this, near the place, the UNESCO heritage site near Kathmandu. And then, gonna do Kathmandu. There's a jazz festival conveniently, because I love jazz. So that's from the last quarter of October, and then I'll do the treks after that. It's going to be colder, but it's actually worked out quite well, because obviously there were the crazy 3 days of rain here, which flooded loads of places out, cancelled all the flights, stalled people's transport, probably ruined a lot of the hiking that people were already immersed in. And of course it's supposed to be the dry season, or the start of the very dry season. We're in sizably to the dry season now, but when I hike it will be November, which is the absolute bone dry season for the whole country. So though it will be a bit colder, it will be prime, so it's worked out perfectly. So I'm really looking forward to all of this. Like I said, I'll do the 5 months most likely. And yeah, aside from that, what else is there that's notable? Beer is really expensive. Unless you buy local stuff. If you go to a bar and you buy a bottle, any bottled beer, And the local beer, which is like Nepali ice, is the second worst beer I've ever had in my life. It's absolutely shocking. Worst is still the Dutch Bavaria drink, which was made to mock German Bavarian beer, which is of course renowned for being great. So yeah, it's probably a good thing, because really, when I say expensive, I mean a 700ml, so like a pint or a litre, I think it's a pint actually, is more than England. It's like 600 you expect to pay, so it's like £4, which is insane for here when the food is so ridiculously priced, and the accommodation is amazing. It's like a good quality backpacker place. It's about £2 a night, and that's booking through an agency, you know, a website like booking.com, whatever, that would take 20% of that rate. So yeah, like crazy cheap. So yeah, it's been really good. Other notable things, a lot of Israelis, they come here to India and Nepal after military service, so 100% of most hostels are Israeli people. I've hardly met anyone that's not Israeli, actually. So that's a little interesting bit of trivia. What else that's interesting? Yeah, taxis, you can get the bikes, they're so cheap. I paid for a 45-minute bike ride, so back on the motorbike, for my journey to here in the rain, was $340, which is £1.80 for a 40-minute drive. Pretty good stuff. So yeah, no, all is well. Enjoying Nepal. This is a really cool lighter. Check this out. How cool is that? Yeah, I don't know what else to say really. I'm going to be here for a while. Yeah, cool. We'll end at 7 minutes dead. 3, 2, 1. Boom.